Welcome back to the Simpleton Sauna. Today I'm out of the suit and into some different threads and ready to share with you some shallow thoughts from the wide world of sports. Before we get to the fun and games though, make sure you subscribe to my channel and like it and include some comments down below. Sports fans, I promise not to talk about politics today. Not one reference, not one mention. It is Super Bowl Sunday, and I truly hope you enjoy the big game. But wait. The only thing that would make this game more interesting would be if President Biden and former President Trump were in the booth together doing play-by-play for the Super Bowl. I mean, allow yourself to go there for a moment. President Biden would be in there wearing 2 masks, because Fauci said so, and former President Trump would be in there wearing no mask at all. Of course, President Biden would have his head down for most of the game, right? Signing executive orders. And President Trump would be zinging high praise and high criticism on every single play. Tom Brady is a way better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes because he has more championships and he wins just like me. And he throws a beautiful ball. Yes, his balls are quite tremendous. And Patrick is great too, and everybody knows it. And this is a huge game, but so is my bank account. In fact, I have enough money in my wallet right now to buy both of these teams. If a player fumbles or drops a pass, did you see Hill just drop that pass? If I was Andy Reid, I would say, Tyreek, you're fired. Tyreek over the hill needs to be released. And then, of course, there would be President Biden, right? So, let me be clear. This is a game between 2 of the best 3 teams in the NHL. I expect a great game. It'll go down to the last inning. I mean, come on, man! These 2 presidents in the booth together at the same time, I mean, for even just 2 minutes, would be way more entertaining than any Super Bowl commercial out there. But anyhow, let's go back to the wide world of sports. I've done a lot of sports coaching in my life. When you're a guy born and raised in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, which is the birthplace of professional football, the sports just seems to sort of penetrate into your DNA. But my college coaching career did not get off to a very good start. We broke several records that day. Like obvious ones like giving up 105 points and just losing by more points than any other team in college football history since Moses was a toddler. We trailed 84-0 just 2 minutes into the 3rd quarter. A continual running clock and the kindness of the opposing head coach kept it in the low 100s. If you would have arrived late in the 4th quarter, the scoreboard would have said 5-0. Keep in mind, football scoreboards are designed with 2 digits, unlike basketball scoreboards that are designed with 3 digits. I'm surprised the scoreboard didn't blow a fuse that day. I know that personally, I blew several fuses. After the game, a reporter came up to me and he asked me what I thought of our offense, and I told him I thought it was downright offensive. And then he said, well, what kind of defense are you playing out there? And I said, you know, it's a Swiss cheese defense. It's full of holes and it stinks. And then he had the nerve to ask me about our special teams. And I told him there's nothing special about them. Our most valuable player that day was our kick returner, who had 16 kick returns. Remember, the other team scored 15 touchdowns. He closed the interview by asking me what I thought of our coaches and players' execution. And I told him I was all for it. If you're curious to learn more about this team, believe it or not, there was actually a book written about this. And it was called Keeping the Faith. True story here, check this out. Keeping the Faith in the Trenches with College Football's Worst Team. One of the most amazing aspects of this team is that we had a father and son combo on the team that both played offensive line. And in one of the games, the 19-year-old center wasn't playing that well. So he was snapping the ball everywhere. Everywhere but into the quarterback's hands. So I had to make a tough coaching decision. And what did I do? Yes, I replaced him with his 40-something-year-old dad. Offensive line was just playing horribly, and I knew I had to do something. I said, guys, we can't seem to block them, so let's quit trying. In the second half, I just want you to stand in front of them and let them run over you. I mean, because I'm thinking that should take at least a second, maybe even a second and a half. So I figured this would at least give our quarterback a brief moment before he's destroyed. We didn't score any points in the second half, I must admit, but the strategy worked perfectly. In fact, our quarterback even lived to tell about it. Speaking of losing, has anybody noticed that the New England Patriots have gone 8-11 since spying on the Cincinnati Bengals in December of 2019. Now, I understand the impact of losing Tom Brady was huge. Still, the Patriots really messed this one up. I mean, Spygate, Deflategate, tampering with the opposing team's headsets certainly brought clear advantages to the team over the past 15 to 20 years. But let's face it, guys, filming the Cincinnati Bengals really backfired. In my mind, this would be kind of like the United States military spying on and filming the French military training for combat. Not much point to it. Thanks for joining me and exploring this wide world of sports. And I'll see you next week. Lights out.